And we are back with the Star City Games Invitational Qualifier. As you can see, Edgar Megales and Stephen Dunnett are now shuffling up for the final round.
Actually, they just started the game.
Yes.
So, Steven seems to be having a quick bit of a...
Yeah, we've already gone into Chart a Course, dropping Entrancing Melody. And we are back with the Star City Games right out the gate.
Yeah, Edgar is running 4 Thought Erasures. It's proven to be really good for him. Yeah, kind of want to see what he decides to take from this. Has quite a few choices here.
Yeah. All right, and he has taken the Drake out right at the gate.
Yeah, so for anybody who's just tuning in, this is the Hairy Tarantula.
So this is the Hairy Tarantula Challenge Series. StarCityGames.com Invitational Qualifier for February 16th, 2019. This is the final match. So the winner of this match will get the invitation.
And another Thought Erasure. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Edgar has been riding Thought Erasure hard most of the day.
Yeah, that and the 2 duress that he has in the sideboard has been giving him a lot of advantage.
Yeah, it has proven instrumental in taking apart his opponent's game plans.
And so that seemed like kind of an...
Yeah, he went opt into a Steam Vents.
I guess I can sort of see that. He played the opt at the most optimal time.
Also, just want to thank all of you Twitch streamers who have sat through this day with us.
Yeah, we're going on 8 hours now.
Yeah, we are really appreciating the support, and yeah, we hope that this final match will be as good as it promises to.
Yeah, looks like Steven's taking his turn now.
Yep,
Plays the
drops Steam Vent.
tapped
Yeah, and we go untap with
Edgar.
Yep.
Edgar passes the turn. Steven up again, plays another Steam Vents, tapped. So it looks like it's just another case of the draw go that we've been seeing. These 2 control players, and wow, Edgar has...
Oh yeah, Edgar is very well positioned to just stall the game out for a long time at this point.
Yeah, he has to make some critical choices when it comes to a few of these cards, because Steve does have a bit of an aggro edge.
Yeah, unfortunately, aggro edge requires him to have creatures.
Yeah, so hopefully his choices are...
I think the problem is Edgar's just not seeing his land drops at the moment.
Yeah, that's...
Which is a very, very big problem when it comes to playing control in the matchup.
Yeah, so you see quite a few cards in the bin already. Absorb.
Moment of Craving, 2 Thought Erasures, and a Chemister's Insight.
Yeah. So hopefully...
Okay, let's see. What is Steven considering for his next play?
Nothing.
Just passes the turn. Okay, here comes the Isolated Chapel. We are now at 4 lands. By Jove, we are now cooking with petroleum-based product.
Yep. And Enigma Drake.
All right.
I don't think...
So this is the first threat to land on the battlefield.
Yeah.
With maximized velocity to just give it like maximum punch right out the gate. Edgar opting to hold on to answers in his hand for now.
So he takes...
Oh, he is down to 12 life. That is just... Yeah, so he goes Mortify at the end. Let's see what we get. Dive down. Okay.
So that looks like a cast down on Edgar's top deck there.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes into...
Kaya's Wrath.
Huh.
Well, considering how few creatures there are in Steven's deck, I guess it would make sense to try to burn what you can, even if it's suboptimal, and save the good removal for more dangerous threats for the
That
down the
is
line.
true. The thing is that since Crackling Drake is kind of heavy in costs, that makes it a little bit difficult for.
Oh, here we go. Jump starting maximize velocity by pitching a lava coil.
Yeah, so
Oh, on a tapped out board. That is,
quite a bit more damage on Edgar.
yeah.
The thing is that I think Edgar is hoping to sort of.
Okay, so he drops contempt,
Yep, which is.
gives him a small boost in life.
Because Steve has. His creatures aren't necessarily cheap, so forcing him to tap out to actually get those threats out
Yeah.
is pretty advantageous. Steven is looking at.
Okay, so Steven goes for the opt.
So he has a little bit extra power coming off of the
So,
Drake.
yeah, unless Edgar can just kill this Drake like immediately, he's Kaya's Wrath.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's really taking.
He is taking no chances.
Being at 6 life does kind of limit your options there.
Yeah. So he goes for the end step opt.
Looks like. Is he going to take that?
He's going to bottom it. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So.
All right. Let's see where this goes.
Surprisingly, this is actually working pretty quickly in Steven's favor.
Okay, goes for chart a course. And to absorb. Edgar is making his recovery. So much for the favor.
Yeah. It's kind of difficult for Steven right now.
He's got to come up with some kind of a response, but he doesn't get one.
I don't think he has a response in hand. So he drops another chart of course.
That is a chart a course.
Chart a course.
Yeah, and pitches lava coil. Throws down another mountain. Okay. Teferi.
Yep.
No good responses. Teferi just lands, and this is where it begins.
Fairly certain that Dominic has very limited time to.
Dominic?
Sorry. Steven has very limited time to find an answer to this.
Yes.
So.
Search for Azcanta? Yeah, this is not going to go the way that Steven wants it to at the moment.
Yeah, so this is looking like it's going to be a sideboard match.
Yeah. Here comes Pterodon.
Which can get out of hand really quickly.
Except not against this board.
No.
So he flips Azcanta.
Pitches Azcanta to flip Azcanta.
Yeah.
And right now he just does his.
Teferi is giving him severe card advantage.
Yep.
Supreme card advantage.
And
Just drops Wrath. He can just go Wrath willy-nilly.
yeah.
This is it. Unless Steven can break that Teferi, this is it. The game's over.
Yeah, this is kind of the match that we were expecting from Edgar. I'm not gonna lie, he does.
Yeah, he is absolutely dominating this tournament.
So, especially with the 2 land taps there, and
Here comes another Drake.
yep. So,
Into absorb.
yep.
Yeah, this.
This looks like it's going to just be Edgar. And he does his Azcanta. Yes.
He's getting way too much card advantage way too quickly. Look at
Yeah.
that. Thought Erasure off the top.
Yeah, and
Gets another draw.
yeah, +1. Draws
Yeah.
another card. Gets to
Yeah.
untap his lands. So he throws down the Thought Erasure.
Yeah, just right out.
Try to suss out what Steven has going for him.
I know I saw Shock earlier.
Yeah. I mean, it is an option for Steven to slow the clock down.
Ooh, double Shock.
Yeah, so
He just pitches them both at Teferi to lock him out a bit longer.
Yep. And
I mean, I guess that was the only way he was going to get maximum value out of what was left in his hand.
yeah. So this leaves Steven in top deck mode, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
Having burned through pretty much almost 3 of his opts right out.
yeah. And that's not a card anybody wants to see.
Nope, that's a scoop. Okay, so game 1 went very handily to Edgar. Planting Teferi with, like, Edgar stalled out for lands initially pretty hard, but covered and stabilized. Planting Teferi followed by Search for Azcanta was just, it was too good. There was no coming back from that position.
I guess he got a pretty good read off of Steven's hand as well, because he really just went all in with Teferi and Azcanta in the same turn. Tapped out for it.
Yeah, but by that point, Steven had already wasted a whole bunch of his counter magic and had been tapped out due to all the drawing he was trying to pull off.
Exactly. So now it's kind of a...
So Steven's got to figure out his sideboard options. I wonder if we're going to see if Edgar's going to pull the mid-range plan again this match. Yeah, so y'all, you are currently watching the Harry Tarantula Challenge Series for StarCityGames.com Invitational Qualifier for February 16th, 2019. You can visit our website at harryt.com and our online store at harryt.crystalcommerce.com.
Edgar is making some tough decisions right now with his sideboard.
Yeah.
Switching it up for...
Let's see, we get Ral coming in, Disdainful Stroke. Is he going to throw in the negates? We also have Beacon Bolt.
Steven's checking his sideboard.
Yeah. Is Bacon Bolt going to be enough to get there?
That's so.
Yeah, and Steven's just checking his reference sheet to see what kind of board he should consider for dealing with the Esper Control matchup.
Edgar seems to be sort of running this intuitively. Doesn't really have any technical papers to reference, just kind of going based off of what he sees.
Unless he already knows.
Memorized.
Yeah.
Everything that he needs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
It looks like our boy Edgar has done his homework.
Yeah.
He came prepared to win, and so far, not a lot have been able to stand up to him.
Yeah, he's been taking this deck really far.
Yeah.
We're on getting ready for game 2 of the final matchup here. It's been quite the day. We've had quite a few people come in, quite a few feature matches. Edgar has showcased already.
I think this is his 4th time on stream now.
Yeah, so he's been here for almost half of the matches we've seen.
Yeah.
And he's been doing really well for himself. So.
Yeah, he's been just carving right through them.
Even with the mirror matches, he's been handling it quite well. So.
Oh my God, you've been on mute.
Really?
Mostly.
Oh.
Don't worry. There's no problem.
Okay. So now it looks like Edgar has decided his sideboard. And
yeah, it looks like we're getting ready to shuffle up for game 2.
Steven seems to have finalized his sideboard decisions.
Sideboard decisions finalized.
So let's see how this goes, because I really I'm kind of rooting for Edgar. I've been liking what I've seen from him so far.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's been kind of a...
Yeah, he's brought a lot of really focused play to the table. Like, it's not like there just hasn't been like a lot of room for error or mistakes here.
Yeah, it's been some pretty tight play from him.
Yeah.
Having seen him go as far as he has. Mm-hmm. Steven has been playing his deck pretty well as well. Mm-hmm. As anybody has seen, he kind of handled the somewhat mirror match up against Dominic. That was quite exhaustive for both of them, I imagine, having to explore so many options and calculate so many different lines of play during the match there. This time around, I think it being the different decks that they have more of an idea of how to handle each other without having to worry too much about mirrors and...
All right, it looks like our players are starting. They are drawing their opening hands, having shuffled up and offered the decks to their opponents to cut. And we are now about to begin game 2 of the final match.
All right. Edgar seems to have some pretty decent options. Steve, however,
he's looking on a hard mulligan there.
It's kind of difficult because he has 2 ops and an island, so he might actually keep this.
Is this?
Yep,
okay,
he
so
does.
he just goes right into island. I get the feeling that's going to be an end-step opt.
Yep. Trying to figure out what he wants, and he takes the land.
Yeah.
Not surprised by that.
Steam vents off the top, draws a card, gets disdainful stroke.
All right, so...
He's going to go for the next
Oh, and he plays the...
Terramander.
And a Steam Vent's untapped, obviously looking to play another opt. For those of us who can see what he has in his hand.
Yeah. Oh, shit, here comes early search.
Yeah, that's...
No spell pierce to go on it, so he's going to opt.
Yep. The tough choices here. Is it a card worth keeping, or does he need that land? He's going to take it. And off the top, we see another Terramander. All right, so unfortunately, he didn't hit that Spell Pierce when he needed.
Nope.
So...
Yeah, early Azcanta, like just right out the gate, could be a problem. He's going to go for Discovery, Surveilling. Drops Chart a Course and takes an island into hand.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, we get the island on the land per turn.
And that means he does have land up for a Spell Pierce.
But does he have the Spell Pierce?
He does have the Spell Pierce.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
balls.
He drew it off the opt that he played.
Nice. Okay.
On the
So he's
Azcanta.
going in with Terramander.
Well, he already went in with Terramander.
Oh, never mind. So he's got Spell Pierce on there, but
Edgar's
it might be too late at this point.
Edgar's deciding whether to keep the card or bin it, and he decides to take it. Plays the...
Thief of Sanity.
Yeah, which kind of gets around that Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know if Steven was foreseeing Thief of Sanity. He might have removed his shocks.
I don't think Shock would kill Thief of Sanity. It's toughness 3.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's kind of a...
That's a real dilly of a pickle.
Yeah. And
So he throws down a Drake in response.
okay, so now Edgar has to make some choices here. Because if he does draw a land, he can play a cast down.
Yeah, but he'd be walking into Pierce.
But he would have enough lands up for his negate.
Okay.
So he decides to play it a bit safe now and keeps the...
The Godless Shrine tapped.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think at this point in time he's expecting Steve to try and...
Oh, Steve's got both Dive Down and Spell Pierce. That's...
Yeah. Okay, so...
And a negate, like...
Yeah, he has a lot of options.
Okay, so he puts Drowned Catacomb into the bin. Plays Glacial Fortress.
And Thought Erasure.
Yeah.
Does he
What's
negate?
going to be the response?
Does he negate? Does he Spell Pierce?
He's considering it. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
negate.
here we go. Negate. Okay.
Yeah, so what Edgar can do right now is negate the negate to really push Steven to play more spells.
Yeah, no, I think he's just going to let it go as is. He doesn't get the Surveillance, but it did take out a key part of Steve's defensive plan there.
Yeah. So, oh, and we have another.
So discovery. So he's going to go surveil 2. Edgar has to decide whether or not he wants to let that through. And he goes absorb. Now, is Steve going to fight for it?
He might. Thing is tapped out. It means Steve can get a
Spell pierce right through there, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened. So surveillance is going.
The thing is, though, is that if Edgar decides to bin, oh, he goes for the chart.
You mean Steve decides to bin?
Yeah. So sorry, Steve decides to bin. He runs out of a lot of his counter options, right? So Edgar does have a bit of an advantage here still.
Yeah, no, but I think what Steve's doing is he's building up the power on his Drake, which is still protected by the dive down. I don't know if Edgar's reading for it, but
I think.
All right, so Hallowed Fountain. We got a base of 6 lands here. All right.
Yeah, so I think part of Steve's problem is he hasn't been seeing a lot of lands still. He just drew a mountain off the top.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so he's going to go in with the Drake.
this is kind of a critical.
Yeah, this is like 9 power.
And Edgar decides to take it. Wow.
Okay, yeah, no blocks. It doesn't surprise me, however. Edgar is... well, first of all, he goes end step Chemister's Insight.
Yep.
So, yeah, right there. He's going to get his 2 cards. But no, Edgar will take damage if it means that he gets to keep a superior board position.
That is true. That is how his deck seems to run.
Yeah.
So, right now he can swing in.
With Thief of Sanity, but Terramander over there has suddenly grown in size.
So this is
where we start seeing the more interesting
plays going out.
Yeah, we got a situation here.
Yeah, because
can Edgar stop this? Okay, so he's going to go right for
Mortify.
Yeah. Dive down. Dive down.
Yep, and
cast down in response.
Yep. Now he's really pushing it.
He can't respond to that.
Yep.
So that is desperation at the moment.
And he's at 4 now.
Yeah, this is getting fierce.
And we see another...
Yeah, second Terramander is coming down.
Yep.
Okay, so Steve has Disdainful Stroke in hand, so even if Edgar were to drop a Kaya's Wrath, it would probably prove fruitless at this point. Unless Edgar can somehow get like a counter trick working here. Okay, so I see Negate and Vraska's Contempt.
Yeah, so I think he's probably gonna... Vraska's Contempt?
I think he's gonna go for the cast down first. Now... yeah, I don't think he has a shield against cast down because he spent his dive down and Disdainful Stroke doesn't hit cast down. So
yeah,
and he's got Disdainful Stroke up. So playing the cast down was definitely more of a solid move, given that he probably could have read for Disdainful Stroke.
Yeah,
at that point.
Problem is now is that he's at 4.
Yeah, so here we go. We got Vraska's Contempt, and he's got Negate mana up.
Yeah, so
Disdainful Stroke comes down, and then we go into Negate. Is he going to play that? No.
So, looks like Edgar finally got that board position that he was hoping for.
Yeah, game has gone into, I guess, lock now. I don't want to be premature in my declaration on how this is going to turn out, but... it looks like Edgar finally jockeyed and got that upper hand that he needed.
Yeah, especially with that Thief of Sanity.
Yeah, he's holding Steven under the water just long enough to build up his inevitability.
Yeah, so this is kind of a key switch up right now. Kind of exciting. The Thief of Sanity, especially if nothing else, will hold Steven off from getting a lot of cards that he might be looking for.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got Chart a Course with no attack trigger to go on with it. So he's gonna have to discard something.
And he's making a tough decision right now.
Yeah. Drops the Drake.
Yep. And
Throws
goes
down another Terramander.
Yeah. Terramander could get...
This is going to be a very annoying obstacle because Terramander is a flyer and it can just adapt at a moment's notice.
That is true. However...
So, Beacon Bolt.
Yep. Forcing him to...
Good old Bacon Bolt is not going to allow him that moment. Though, the Thief of Sanity goes in for another hit.
Yep.
It looks like this is going to grind down. Yeah, he takes the dive down.
Oh.
So he drops a second Thief of Sanity, and now it's just a matter of time because dive down is going to blank any kind of like spot removal that Steven tries to throw at him. Yeah,
this is pretty much the board position Edgar would be looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah, Niv Mizzet is on the battlefield.
Yeah, so... Edgar, not sure if he can get the answer that he's looking for.
Okay, so
the thing is,
Thieves of Sanity.
Steve is tapped out, so it's all on Edgar. Oh.
Yep. That's it. He just buries Niv Mizzet, and then, yeah.
Then he takes the top three.
Yeah.
And very obviously...
There was no... Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like this is this is very quickly approaching its end here.
Yeah, that is
This is brutal.
That is all four Crackling Drakes are in the graveyard for Steven, so really the only answer he has is Niv Mizzet,
and one of them's already gone.
And aside from that, a few Enigma Drakes.
And that is his second Niv Mizzet taken out.
Yeah. So,
this is painful to watch.
I'm
Niv Mizzet has entered the battlefield.
Yeah, this I think is it.
Yeah, this is the closer.
So,
1 second. Anyway.
So yeah.
Wow! Yeah. Okay.
So it looks like Edgar has taken this. Edgar is our champion for the Star City Invitation qualifier
for February 16th, 2019.
That was quite the play.
Oh yeah, no, it was just trying to fight an avalanche at that point.
So
Edgar just brought too much pressure towards the end there.
Yeah, I was expecting that from after seeing Edgar's play his deck for the last 4 out of the 9 rounds that we've showcased have included Edgar. He's played his deck very well.
All right. Yeah, so for all of you who tuned in today, I want to thank you very much for supporting the store in our venture and in our live streams. You are currently watching the Harry Tarantula Challenge Series, StarCityGames.com Invitational Qualifier. You can find our website at harryt.com and our online store at harryt.com, crystalcommerce.com, and you can follow us at Harry Tarantula on Twitter. All right, thank you. And this has been Michael and Neil, and we've been doing commentating for the day. Thank you and good night.